All right, so this is a Blue Letter Bible app, Bible in a Year, chronological. So, with that chronological Bible reading, you're going to get 2 Samuel, a couple chapters. Then we got the first two chapters of First Chronicles. Okay, then we're back into some Psalms, but where we are chronologically in the Bible is that David is now the king of Israel. Okay, and also he's dealing with Saul's sons. Okay, and he's dealing with all the tribes around them. So there's a little bit of it's not exactly smooth sailing, but he's dealing with it. That's where we're at in the story. So David's just become king, and he's dealing with that. Judge me, O God. Plead my cause against the ungodly nation. Deliver me from a deceitful and unjust man. For thou art the God of my strength. Why dost thou cast me off? Why I go mourning because of the oppression of the enemy. Send out thy light and thy truth, and let them lead me. Let them bring me into thy holy hill and unto thy tabernacles. Then I will go to the altar of God, and unto God my exceeding joy, and upon the harp I will praise thee, O God, my God. Why art thou cast down, O my soul? And why art thou disquieted within me? Hope in God, for I shall yet praise him, who is the health of my countenance and my God. That's Psalm 43. Here's Psalm 44, to the chief musician for the sons of Korah. For we have heard our ears, O God, the fathers have told us what work thou didst in their days and their times of old, how thou didst drive out the heathen with thy hand and then plantest them, and how thou didst afflict the people and cast them out. For they got not the land in the possession of their own sword, neither did their own arm save them, but thy right hand, and thy arm, and thy light duty of the countenance, because of thou favor unto them. And thou art king, O God, command deliverance for Jacob. Though we will push down our enemies. Jacob is prophetically his servant. It's just like saying servant, okay? Though thee will push down our enemies, though thy name will be tread under them that rise up against us. For I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me. But thou hast saved us from our enemies, and thou hast put them to shame that hated us. In God we boast all day long. We praise thy name forever. Selah. But thou hast cast us off and put us to shame. Thou goest not out for with our armies. Thou makest to turn back from an enemy, and they which hate us spoil for themselves. Thou hast given us like sheep appointed for meat, and hast scattered us among the heathen. Thou sellest thy people for naught, and dost not increase thy wealth by their price. Thou makest us a reproach to our neighbors, a scorn and derision to them that are around about us. Thou makest a byword among the heathen by shaking the head among the people. My confusion is continually before me, and the shame of my face has covered me. For the voice of him that reproacheth and blasphemeth by reason of the enemy and avenger. All is come upon us, yet we have not forgotten thee, neither have we dealt falsely in thy covenant. Neither have we dealt falsely in thy covenant. Hey, Altas, good morning, good morning. Atlas Daily. Okay, Atlas Daily. And Nathan, what do we got? We got just, we got ones and zeros. I guess that means you're binary. What you're doing? Oh, I'm reading the Psalms right now. Okay, so this is the day 114 of Blue Letter Bible app. And all has come upon us, yet we have not forgotten thee, neither have we dealt falsely in thy covenant. Oh, that thy covenant was entered into in the rock of Horeb. Okay, that's Exodus 19, where they accept the covenant. Okay, if you go to Deuteronomy 5, it's the giving of the covenant at Horeb, and then at the end of it, it says he added no more. He gives them the 2 tablets of stone, and he added no more. So don't confuse this holy covenant, what he's talking about right here, with all the laws that were given to them after the transgression. That's Galatians 3, verse 19. After the transgression. That is what is it? Ezekiel 20 says the laws that were not good. Yikes. So those ones were given, but don't confuse the two. Or if you confuse the two, you'll never figure out the Bible. Our heart is not turned neither to our steps nor decline from thy way. Though thou sower has broken us in the place of dragons and covered us with the shadow of death. If we have forgotten the name of our God and stretched out our hands to the strange God, shall not God search this out? For he knoweth the secrets of the heart. Oh, yea, for thy sake, we killed all the day long, and we were counted as sheep for the slaughter. Awake, and why sleepest thou, O Jehovah? Arise, cast us not off forever. Cast us not off forever. Wherefore thou hiddest thou face and forgotten our afflictions and our oppression. And our soul is bowed down to the dust, and our belly cleaveth unto the earth. Arise and help and redeem us for thy mercy's sake. Psalm 45, to the chief musicians upon Shoshem and the sons of Korah, Mishael and the song of love. My heart is inundating a good matter. I speak of the things which have made touching the king my tongue and the pen which is a ready writer. Thou art fairer than the children of men. Grace is poured out unto thy lips. Forever, for grace is poured out unto thy lips. Forever, God has blessed thee forever. What does grace do? Grace teaches us to deny ungodliness. We know that from Titus 2, verses 11 and 12. Therefore, God has blessed us forever. Gird thy sword upon thy thighs, most mighty, with thy glory and majesty. And in thy majesty ride perilously, because the truth and the meekness and righteousness, and thy right hand shall teach thee terrible things. And the right hand shall teach terrible things. Okay, they have to go wipe out all these evil tribes. Thy arrows are sharp in thy heart, and the king of thy enemies, wherein the people fall under thee. And thy throne, O God, is forever and ever. And the scepter of thy kingdom is the right scepter. Thou lovest righteousness and hatest wickedness. Therefore God, thy God, hath anointed thee with the oils of gladness above thy fellows. Thou lovest righteousness. Righteousness is defined in Deuteronomy 6, 24 and 25, or you could go to, that's his righteousness, and also his righteousness would be defined in Psalm 119, I think it's 172. And all his commandments are righteous. Thy garments smell of myrrh and aloes, and all the Asia and ivory palaces whereby they have made thee glad. Kings and daughters were among thy honorable women, and upon thy right hand did stand the queen in gold of Ophir. Hearken, O daughter, and consider, and incline thy ear, that also thy people and thy father's house. So shall the king greatly desire thy beauty, for he is thy Lord, the worship him. And the daughter of Tyre shall there be a gift, even rich among the people shall entreat thy favor. The king, God's daughter, is all glorious when within her is her clothing is wrought gold. She shall be brought unto the king in raiment of needlework, and the virgins, her companions that follow her, shall be brought unto thee. With gladness and rejoicing shall they be brought. They shall enter into the king's palace. Instead of thy father shall be thy children, whom thou mayest make princes in all the earth. I will make thy name to be remembered in all the generations. Therefore shall the people praise thee forever. That was Psalms 45. Now I'm going to Psalm 49. they lay out the order. So it makes sense with the story. Hear this, all ye people, give ear to the inhabitants of the world, both low, high, rich, and poor together. My mouth shall speak of wisdom, and the meditation of my heart shall be of understanding. I will incline my ear to a parable. I will open the dark sayings upon the harp. I will open my dark sayings upon the harp. Wherefore should I fear in the days of evil, when iniquities of my heel shall compass about me? They that trust in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches, none of them can by any means redeem his brother, nor give God a ransom for him. For the redemption of their soul is precious and ceases forever, that he should still live forever and not see corruption. For he seeth that wise men die, likewise the fool and the brutish person perish, and leave their wealth to others. Their inward thought is that their house shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands their own name. Nevertheless, man, being in honor, abideth not. He is like a beast that perish. This is the way of their folly. Yet their posterity approve their saying, Selah. Like sheep they are laid in the grave. Death shall feed on them, and the upright shall have dominion over them in the morning. The upright shall have dominion over them in the morning, and their beauty shall consume in the grave from their dwelling. But God will redeem my soul from the power of the grave, for he shall receive me. Be not afraid when one is made rich, when the glory of his house is increased. For he that dieth, he shall carry nothing away. His glory shall not descend after him. Though while he lived, his blessings of his soul, his men will be praised. When thou doest well to thyself. When thou doest well to thyself. What's doing well? Doing well is brotherly love. It is like the brotherly love, the Church of Philadelphia. Okay? It's when you are in covenant. We just spoke of the covenant. When you are in covenant with God and you help others to be in covenant. That means you be rebuking sin. Loving thy neighbor as thyself is defined in Leviticus 19, verse 15 through 18. Go ahead and write that down. Though, while he lived, he blessed his soul, and the men will praise thee when thou doest well to thyself. He shall go to the generations of his fathers, and they shall never see light. The man that is in honor understandeth not, is like the beasts that perish. The man that is in honor and understandeth not is like the beasts that perish. Is that saying that it's just not good enough to just be a good person? A man that is in honor and understandeth not. So he didn't have an ear to steer. He has no understanding, is like a beast that perish. Wow. That's a highlighter right there. Got to have some knowledge. They talk about the knowledge of God. He wants the knowledge of God more than burnt offerings. They that transgressed the covenant and dealt treacherously against me. That's Hosea 6:6. So that's pretty wild. That's Psalm 49, verse 20. A man that is in honor and understandeth not is like a beast that perish. Okay, now I'm going to Psalm 84. '84. How amiable are thy tabernacles, O Jehovah of hosts. My soul longeth, yea, even fainteth for the courts of Jehovah. My heart and my flesh crieth out for the living God. Yea, the sparrow hath found a house, and hath and the swallow a nest for herself, where she may lay her young, even thine altars. O Jehovah of hosts, my King and my God, blessed are they that dwell in thy house. They will be still praising thee. Selah. Blessed, blessed is the man whose strength is in thee, whose heart are the ways of them, whose passing through the valley of Baca is made well, and the rain also filleth the pools. A rain filleth the pools. His doctrine falls like rain. Okay? So if your land has his doctrine, hey, lifestyle shirty. Row, row, row. Yeah, we're rowing, man. They go from strength to strength, every one of them in Zion appeareth before God. O Jehovah, God of hosts, hear my prayer. Give ear, O God of Jacob. Selah. Behold, our God, our shield. Look upon the face of thy anointed. For the day in thy courts is better than 1,000. I hath rather be a doorkeeper in the house of my God than to dwell in the tents of wickedness. For Jehovah God is the sun and shield, and Jehovah will give grace and glory. No good thing he withheld from them that walk uprightly. Uprightly. O your Jehovah of hosts, blessed is the man that trusteth in thee. That's 84. Now we're going to 85. Psalm 85, verse 1. Jehovah, thou hast been favorable unto thy land, and thou hast brought back captivity of Jacob. Thou hast forgiven the iniquity of thy people. Thou hast covered all their sins, Selah. Thou hast taken away thy wrath, and thou hast turned thyself from fierceness of thine anger. Turn us, O God of our salvation, and cause thine anger toward us to increase. Turn us, O God of our salvation, and cause thine anger toward us to cease. Oh, to cease. Wilt thou be angry forever? Wilt thou draw out thy anger to all generations? Wilt thou not reprieve us again, and thy people may rejoice in thee? Show us thy mercy, O Jehovah, and grant us thy salvation, and grant us thy Yeshua. And I will hear what God, Jehovah, will speak, for he will speak peace to his people and to his saints, and let them not turn again to folly. Surely his Yeshua is nigh them that fear him, and the glory may dwell in our land. Wow. Mercy and truth are met together with righteousness and peace, and have kissed each other. Truth shall spring out of the earth, and righteousness down from the heaven. Yea, Jehovah shall give that which is good, and our land shall yield her increase. Righteousness shall go before him, and shall set us in the ways of his steps. That's the blessing and the cursing. Okay, so they have felt the curses. Okay, they spent 8 years slam dunked by one of the people around them because God turned them over to them, and then they did good for a time, and then they went evil again, and 40 years they spent under another king and getting smited, and then boom, and so they back and forth. They've already done this back and forth thing, and they're going to continue to do this back and forth thing. Okay, so that was Psalm 85, and now we're going to 87. 87. His foundation is in the holy mountains. His foundation is in the holy mountains. That's that rock at Horeb, where the living water quenches their thirst. Jehovah, and it's the holy mountains. Wow. The Lord loveth the gates of Zion more than all the dwellings of Jacob. Glorious things are spoken of thee. O city, O God, Selah. I will make mention of Rahab and Babylon to them that know me. Behold, Philistia, Tyre, and Ethiopia, this man was born there. And of Zion it shall be said this, and that man was born in her, and the highest himself shall establish her. Jehovah shall count when he hath writeth up his people, that this man was born there, Selah. As well as the singers and the players on the instruments shall be there, and all my springs are in thee. That is Psalm 87. That seems to be a lot of prophetic language in Psalm 87. Pretty jamming. All right. So, and that's like his foundations, his holy mountain. That could mean the prophets. The Lord loveth the gates of Zion more than all the dwellings of Jacob. Glorious are spoken of thee. I make mention of Rahab and Babylon to them that know. Behold, Philistia, Tyre, and Ethiopia, this man was born there. In Zion shall it be said this, that man born in her, and the highest himself establish her. Jehovah shall count, and when he writeth up the people, that this man was born there, as well as the singers and the players on instruments shall be there. The singers and the players of instruments, they go out first. All right, guys, that is day 114 of the Blue Letter Bible app. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow.